Listen to the Alok Nitin podcast at a YouTube near you.
Hey, welcome to this amazing podcast. This is Alok Tiwari and आज podcast बहुत जबरदस्त होने वाला है. Reason why? Because हम एक book की review करने वाले हैं. हमारा writer हमारे साथ में है, co-author. But before I bring him in, I want to read the first para of the book. Book की जो brief होती है Amazon पे उसका पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं, and it goes like this. It is 1996. A 15-year-old Lashkar-e-Toiba Fayyadin crosses over to India from Pakistan. When Officer Shekhar Singh of the counter-terrorism cell captures and interrogates him, he makes an amazing revelation. The terror group has begun sending men to settle down in India in guise of regular civilians. On the sly, they are here to serve as outposts for his mission and destroy the country from within. अब ये आपके इस बुक के ब्रीफ का फर्स्ट पैरा है विच सेट्स द एटमॉस्फियर की बुक किस बारे में है. बुक का नाम है ऑपरेशन ट्रोजन हॉर्स. उनके को-ऑथर हैं अभिषेक सरन एंड डीपी सिन्हा, बट आज हमारे साथ अभिषेक सरन है. अभिषेक सरन इज अ रिपोर्टर हु हैज बीन कवरिंग क्राइम for a long time in Mumbai, and now he has written this amazing book. Abhishek Saran, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Alok. Hi, listeners. I'm happy to be here.
सबसे पहले तो अभिषेक I want to say you that कि हमें जो बुक का एक छोटा सा ब्रीफ पढ़ा, एक premise जो था, book is obviously was released in India by HarperCollins India on 24th August. Which is supposed to be trending हो रहा है, number 1 पे जा रही है.
Right, it's on number 1 in Amazon.
Okay, super, number 1 Amazon, amazing. So ये brief हमने जो पढ़ा, that is so intriguing. Right. I can't wait to read the book. So now you tell me what is the book about, Abhishek.
Right. I would begin with one minor thing that I have reported on crime, including terror, organized crime, and underworld in Bombay as well as Delhi. Like in Delhi, I was there for around 9 years for Hindustan Times, and I was handling all the civil agencies, terror and intelligence related issues. Now, as far as the book is concerned, my co-author Deepi Sinha and I, we have written this book. It got released on August 24th. It's doing well, and readers are liking it a lot. This story is it talks about the the 5 bravehearts of India who thought who didn't think twice before sacrificing everything for their country, and they fight India's war against terror, Pakistan-sponsored terror, behind the enemy lines. Now the Operation Trojan Horse, this is the name of the book, and the book narrates the story of this operation. Operation Trojan Horse came up at a time, as you said, it all began in 1996. Now, 1996 is 3 years after, there were still blasts in Bombay. And the blast in Bombay, in which I think around 168 civilians died. And that was a rude wake-up call to the national security establishment. They realized that there are big gaps in our, there are gaps in our security structure because, at the end of the day, Pakistan-backed entities, including underworld elements, they managed to smuggle in over 1,500 kgs of RDX, a lot of which, some of which were used in the blast, and the rest were seized by the police authorities in Bombay and Maharashtra. And so, in a way, we didn't know that persons have left Bombay to get trained in Pakistan. They went via UAE, and they got terror training there. They were sent back here. Then the blast happened. So there was already this consciousness and this awakening that we have to do something about it, and measures were being taken. So in 1996, it was so the security agencies had foiled an intrusion attempt, and a few terrorists had been nabbed. And I mean, they were surprised to see that a 15-year-old boy is also among those who were nabbed. And the others confessed allegedly that they were Khalistani terrorists. But this guy said that he's with them, but he's not among them. He's not one of them, and that he works for Lashkar-e-Taiba, the Pakistan-sponsored terrorist organization. And so he was interrogated. So it turned out that he was part of some other terror operation that had to take place elsewhere in the country, in Delhi. And he was being interrogated, and at one point of time, he wanted to surprise or shock the interrogators, and he blurted out that our senior guy, who's our commander, is already in India since a year. So that took everybody by surprise, because I'm talking in English. Is that all right, or should I mix?
Makes me in English as comfortable. It's as per your comfort, Abhishek.
Yeah. So it surprised his interrogators, because usually they come for specific missions and they return. But this guy is saying that my senior commander, who's the blue-eyed boy of our command, the operations chief of Lashkar-e-Taiba, who handles affairs, their activities, terror attacks in India. So this commander, who's in India since a year, is the blue-eyed boy of the Lashkar India operations chief. So they were very worried. So they asked that, what has he been doing? Why hasn't he returned? What are the operations he has done? When is the operation going to happen? When is he returning back? He said, no, he hasn't come in. He didn't get in to get out. He has come here to stay. He has no exit plan. That was a big jolt to the interrogators, because so they asked the probe further, and this boy says that now we are working on a plan to embed our men, highly trained men who are trained in terror skills and sabotage and surveillance, intel-related skills. So highly trained guys are being sent to India to ensure that they mingle with the to just vanish in India and establish themselves as an Indian, and they are to serve as outposts of terror if and when required. So till then, they are to act as members of sleeper module, and this commander is the head of such sleeper module. So that was the time when India realized that Lashkar-e-Taiba, organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba are like, actually they are taking it up to a different level. Apart from scoring terror strikes or sustaining terror strikes, now they want their men to settle in India. That is when they realize that they have to come up with an out-of-box response. And Operation Trojan Horse was the response.
My God, Abhishek, आपने जो हमें कहा, you're telling me that ये जो लश्कर-ए-तोयबा के जो हेड ऑपरेशंस वाले हैं इंडिया के, वो इंडिया में ही आए हैं, इंडिया में ही रह रहे हैं, amongst us, and then they're organizing all these terror plots to harm India.
Right. That was the whole plan then, and this man was already in India, so it triggered a huge nationwide. As per the novel, the story says that the novel says that it triggered a nationwide search to zero in on this man.
Mm-hmm.
And I must tell the readers that this novel is based on reality, inspired from real events, and is a work of fiction.
Okay. The premise is real, मतलब, लेकिन उसके ऊपर जो आपने build किया है story, it's a little fiction on the fiction side.
Right.
But ये जो आपने जो base fiction कहा, that itself is hair raising. इतना अगर इतने अंदर घुस गए हैं, then it's obviously it's very serious, and I'm sure authorities are looking into that. But how did you collaborate, the book with, Mr. D.P. Sinha? Tell us about him and how did this collaboration happen?
Yeah. So because I have been on, I'm a crime reporter. I have covered most terror attacks in India since the 2003 blast that happened in Bombay at
Okay.
Gateway and Zaveri Bazaar. So I have covered attacks in Bombay. I have covered attacks in Delhi. I have gone to Jaipur. I have been to Bangalore, Hyderabad. So yeah, so I do know, I do obviously for my stories, and so I keep in touch with the security officials, and so he's one of uh, the best known counter-terror and intelligence officers in the country, Mr. D.P. Singh.
Okay.
And he retired. He was working with Intelligence Bureau, which is the as special director. So he's a former special director of Intelligence Bureau, and so we collaborated. We so we collaborated because this book is supposed to be a clarion call to the patriotic group of India that they should come forward and defend the country because the security agencies are there. This is this book is meant to remind the patriotic youth of India that they need to do something for the country. Like these five men who got trained by uh, security agencies as per the novel, and they were sent to Pakistan, and they uh, they got inside the Pakistani main terror outfit, and from within they they tried to defeat its terror plans in India. That was the purpose which brought Mr. Sinha and I together.
Okay. I mean, it's just amazing that कि premise पर हम जो वो novel का सुन के पढ़ के I'm so excited. वो novel पढ़ूंगा तो पता नहीं it will be it's just, मजा आएगा, and because it is based on reality and fiction आ जाता है बाद में, तो it just there's a very stronger connect to the novel.
Thank you. Readers are loving the book novel, and there is a lot of interest that it has generated. So we are actually very thankful to the readers.
Okay, there's one thing I want to ask you, Abhishek. Because you have been dealing with terror, covering terror for a long time, आपने कितना difficult था, to keep the reality away and उसको fiction लाना, and bifurcate करना, because obviously आपके सामने you're working co-author आपके इतने जाने माने specialist हैं, इनके पास reality थी, तो how difficult was it to नहीं ये नहीं डालते ये डालते हैं, how did you manage that?
Yeah, that's you have to walk that thin line. So the purpose always, I mean, the the takeaways from the book are important, which is it's to give a glimpse to the reader into the world of this whole fight that India is waging, which is terrorism. Now terrorism has got no religion. Terrorism is not linked to any religion.
Absolutely.
It's a crime against humanity.
Hmm.
And every life lost, is a loss for the entire country, to the entire humanity. Now, so this uh, this book talks about India's uh, the fight waged on behalf of India by courageous patriotic youth, and so this is to spread wider awareness about the challenge, and how one should not get misled by propaganda and these kind of activities. But at the same time, it was important to ensure that nothing gets revealed that might not that should not be revealed. That way. So it should not interfere with any investigation or any secret.
Okay, and I respect that also because while writing such kind of जहाँ पे lines बहुत difficult होती है तो temptation होता है कि भैया और लिख दें, लेकिन I'm sure you guys have balanced it out amazing, beautifully. But Abhishek, you have been covering terror for a long time. I mean, आपने जो कहा 96 है, 26/11 है, Bangalore है. I mean, I've met.
96 I have not covered. I began covering terror since 2003.
Okay. Yeah, 2003. So I have spoken to crime journalists जो city में रहते हैं. They cover certain Mumbai crime हो गया, Delhi crime हो गया. No, I never spoken to somebody who has covered terror. So can you just tell us about, I mean, life in a day of a terror journalist, so to speak?
Yeah. You're talking about when an incident happens and you have to cover it, or in general?
In general, because incidents होता है तो obviously we would love to know कि आप कैसे, how do you move around, information कैसे आती है, just I mean whatever you can share with us, without telling names or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So one is that as a terror reporter, it's like you have to keep yourself well versed with what's happening around. It could be a series of police investigations and actions that are happening in your city, in your state, in the country, across the world. So you have to be on the same page. You should be knowing, and that is why when something happens, then that gives you a sense of preparedness. You already know a lot of things. You can connect. So that is about homework at a personal level. But second, the other thing is you should know which agencies are at the forefront of investigating terror crimes, preempting terror. So those are two different things. An agency could so you should be you should develop contacts. You should build a rapport with such officers who are not only investigating terror cases. There would be officers who are working on how to, if there is any terror operation happening or is taking place, then they will clamp, and they will try and prevent that at that stage. So you should be knowing these people. You should keep in touch. You should meet them as many times as possible. It's not easy to make such contacts, obviously, because and such officers also do not talk much. So, but you should know that on this terrain, you should know that the person you're dealing with may not be in a position to give you the full facts or at that point of time. So these are the rules of the game. As much information as you can get, fine. You then if an incident happens, then you should be you should reach the spot and look at what post-event things are happening. Like there would be forensic teams at the spot collecting whatever forensic clues that they can, and then the probe begins. One tries to meet the families of the victims. If somebody is nabbed, we also meet the families of those who have been arrested, and of course the investigate. As many sites you can cover, better. I remember there was a blast in Bombay, and after covering the blast and putting in my story, and so I did not return home. I and our photographer, we took a cab and we roamed across the city. We were just because we wanted to look at what is happening at the spot. So I returned home the next day at 8 a.m. And then by 12 I have to send the story. So sometimes it can get very it gets busy. Yeah.
But Abhishek, हमारा जो normal लोग हैं, common man, उनका perception about intelligence है, it comes through movies usually. Like movies like सलमान खान की मूवी हो या द रिसेंट सीरीज आई थी Amazon पे द फैमिली मैन. तो नॉर्मल
Yeah.
हमारा परसेप्शन होता है व्हेन यू सी मूवीज अमेरिकन मूवीज हो, इंडियन मूवीज हो, आजकल तो काफी स्पाई थ्रिलर्स निकल रही है. So what is when you have been dealing with these officers on a regular basis? So what is your perception about them? How do you, I mean, कैसे होते हैं वो? Are they like filmy people? Obviously not. But how do you want to say that?
So they are normal people just like us, you and me.
Okay.
And but yeah, I mean they are like usually very sharp and action oriented, and also I would say deep thinkers because they should have the ability to connect the dots.
Hmm.
And and they know especially for a journalist,
Mm-hmm.
because I must tell you that side. They exactly know how much they can reveal, what they should talk, what the do's and don'ts they are extremely aware about.
Okay.
So they will not tell you anything that they shouldn't be telling you.
Mm-hmm.
They are really sure about that.
Okay.
So I think the family man is a very honest, I would say, very uh, close to the way to the reality. Yeah.
What are you talking? The series, Amazon series, Family Man, is Manoj Bajpayee is very close to the actual, investigation officer, of the terror.
I would say that because you see the human side. What a series like Family Man does is it brings out the human side of it all as well.
Hmm.
You see the human side of Manoj Bajpayee, who is as much worried about the homework of his son, uh, who loves playing guitar, but he may not be doing a great job at it. So a lot of times he scolds him. बंद करे यार. So he is somebody who deals with all problems and issues that a normal person does on a daily basis, and he's the same guy who's dealing with the the most serious crisis that the country might be faced, and he's at the forefront in dealing with that. So I would
Hmm.
say yes, they have done a good job of portraying that character, and I would say
No,
it's closer to the reality.
no wonder series has connected with people in such a huge manner because आपने कहा कि it is closely related to the actual officers. And you know what? At this point, we must salute all the officers जो इसके बारे में काम कर रहे हैं. We don't know who these guys are. We will probably never come to know कि ये क्या करते हैं. But hats off to you guys. हम आज podcast कर रहे हैं. हमारे देश में शांति है, अमन है, because of you guys. Simple. Thank you so
And
much for
these are
that.
people who put the country before themselves. They country always comes first for them. I mean,
Right.
that's true.
Now, recent,
The entire
obviously,
life is devoted to attaining the national interest.
and ये जो debt है, I think हम youngsters हैं, we should understand that, appreciate that, so that when India, हम बात करते हैं Zomato इतना billions of dollars का उसका ये हो गया, stock market में ये हो गया, entrepreneurs है, funding आ रही है, ये सब आ रही है, अच्छा हो रहा है because these guys are protecting us.
And also, like I will also talk about state level agencies also. Like I was so impressed with the de-radicalization programs of a lot of state level agencies, including in Maharashtra,
Okay.
Maharashtra 88 and all.
Hmm.
How they conduct de-radicalization programs for youth who may need guidance, who may need guidance, and they try to if approach them, they try to counsel them, and they try to put them back to ensure that they get back to the education and to the job.
Hmm.
That is the other side of it.
Yeah, I mean, there are layers to it, state level, national level, and all that, and everybody is doing an amazing job. Tell me something, Abhishek. You have also covered 26/11 Mumbai, right? Mumbai terror attack.
Right.
I mean, I want to know from a journalist point of view, I mean, how did you cover it when we got to know, it was there in front of, like a live TV chal raha tha us time pe. But behind the scenes, talking to somebody, हुआ नहीं हमसे ये. तो, if you can just share some nuggets, details, from your side.
Right. So in 2008, I had joined Hindustan Times in Delhi. So
Okay.
I was in Delhi at that point in time. So the night of 26th Jan, I was in Delhi, and but I was good. By then I had come back home and I was watching. I had heard that shots have been fired in Bombay. So the moment I reached home, I immediately put on the TV, and I started calling, checking with the sources also. So yeah, I immediately I was keeping track of that. 2 days later, 2 or 3 days later, I came to Bombay to begin reporting. uh, so I think yeah, 2 3 days later, I was in Bombay to start to be on the ground to report the whole thing. So
Right.
yeah, so initially, as you know, everybody thought this space firing incident, reports of space firing incidents might be linked to maybe some mafia attack or rivalry between two groups. But but when they realized how these gunmen were operating, how they were moving about, how they were
Mm.
firing, how they were, then they realized that one, they are very well trained. They were using a higher grade of weapons. They're all armed with AK-47 and uh, small arms as well. And also they were conducting blasts, like they left IEDs in taxis. And so then it dawned upon the secret establishment that this is a well coordinated terror attack, and so being conducted by gunmen who are almost uh, acting like commandos, as if they are commandos. They were so well trained. And so as I was talking to my police sources and other security sources, then these were the things they were telling me, that at all the places these men were trying to acquire the vantage position. So one of them told me, I said, vantage position as in, they said, vantage, acquiring the vantage position, acquiring the highest, the topmost point in a in an establishment or a structure that you're trying to hold.
Okay.
These are very military tactics. It's a military tactic. Like, so I learned that like in the Kargil war that happened,
Ah,
the
right.
Pakistani intruders had had positioned themselves on mountains, on hilltops,
They had a
and
tactical advantage on that.
yeah, the advantage that superior height gives,
Mm.
and that is why they were able to pick out our soldiers in the initial stage when they were trying to take take back the hill from them. So my sister were telling me that how at all the places they were trying to go to the upper floor.
Mm.
So that shows how well trained they are. That also shows that the training they have received has has come from elements attached to armed forces. And so as the book reveals,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, it's so the it, at some level it was also a point when suddenly at the security establishment in Delhi, they
Mm-hmm.
decided to listen to numbers that were on the taps,
Mm-hmm.
and they realized that one of the numbers is active,
Mm-hmm.
and they began listening to that number. And the first thing they heard, and the book mentions that the first thing, one of the first few things they heard on that using that number uh, was that. then it later on it transpired that actually that was coming from uh, one of the iconic hotels in Bombay. That was where these 22, four of the gunmen had gone there. So they
Hmm.
had held a civilian at gunpoint, and they were talking to him,
Hmm.
and they were telling him that, even though you say that you are a man of humble background, but how is it that you are staying in this hotel?
Hmm.
And using that number, they uh, tapped into other such conversations that were happening. So they realized that the 2611 gunmen were being controlled from Karachi.
Hmm.
So in Karachi, the 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 Pakistani outfit had set up a
Hmm.
24-hour control room, and they were instructing these men, these gunmen who were in Bombay. They were the ones who were asking them to, they were telling them about actions, activities.
Yeah.
If they want
Basically, they
to,
were from there. They were orchestrating the entire terror attack, Mumbai terror attack. They
the
were orchestrating
entire,
the
yeah, whether
entire
it's
thing.
small action or big action, it could
Hmm.
be small as, put the carpet on fire, set the carpets
Okay.
to fire, that kind of thing, or kill the hostages.
My God, just was मतलब honestly अभिषेक हम जब बात कर रहे हैं ऑर्डर देना किल करना हमारे रोंगटे खड़े हो रहे हैं. You can't even imagine what those guys must have gone through. But
So, like
you,
the book Operation Trojan Horse has
Mhm.
given snapshots of some of these conversations,
Okay.
and that shows how ruthless they were. So, like one of the controllers is asking the gunmen to shoot at anything that moves,
Oh.
anything, anything, just shoot, fire maro, fire thoko.
Hmm. Very sad. Anyway, Abhishek, coming back to your, to your book, to your to to present times, uh, हमारे neighbor to neighbor के America has left Afghanistan, leaving a huge void. And अभी न्यूज में चल रहा है कि अफगानिस्तान Taliban is back in Afghanistan, so people are worried about it, generally. What is your perception about this? Do you think that it will revive terrorism the way it was earlier? How do you read this?
Right. So, it's like my co-author and I, we have written about somewhere in the book that, how uh, what happened in Afghanistan in 1979 and again 1989. That affected the entire subcontinent and in fact globally as well. Like in
Mhm.
1979, the Russians came to occupy Afghanistan,
Right.
and then movement began to remove them from Afghanistan. And in 88, 89, they finally left. But yeah, so 88, 89, it began a process, and in the mid 90s, the Taliban took control of Afghanistan,
Hmm.
and then somehow Al Qaeda elements also took shelter in Afghanistan, and as you know, 9/11 happened,
Hmm.
and now Taliban is back. Even though, so India is worried. India has been worried, and India and in the entire global community wants Taliban to ensure. And 20 years after they were ousted, they are back in Afghanistan, and
Hmm.
the provinces fell like nine pins. Today
Hmm.
they control the entire country. So India and the world community, in fact, they are on the same page on this. They want to ensure they expect Taliban to ensure that no terror activities happen using Afghanistan as the base. India doesn't want any anti-India activities done from Afghanistan.
Hmm.
There are concerns about that there should not be any encouragement to drug trafficking, human trafficking, In fact, at the recently held Shanghai Cooperation Organization, India voiced these concerns,
Yes, it did.
and even the United Nations has an important role to play there. I think they have a mission in Afghanistan,
Mm-hmm.
and United Nations Patriotic. So whether it's India or the global community at large, whether it's UN, they want an inclusive government in Afghanistan, a
Mm.
government that should respect human rights, a government that respects the rights of the women and other minorities, and to it shouldn't be that any kind of negative, including terror activity, uh, happened using Afghanistan as base. So far, Taliban has absolutely they have tried to assure the world community at large
Mm-hmm.
and also India that they will not allow any such activities, including terror, to
Mm-hmm.
be conducted from Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they take true to what they have been assuring us. India has a role to play in Afghanistan because over the past few decades, India has invested a lot in Afghanistan to ensure that the living standards of the common Afghans
Mm.
get better. So I think India has been trying to contribute constructively in spheres of education, health, infrastructure, with uh, uh, construction, etc.
Mm. Super. So coming back to your book, Abhishek, it sounds very interesting. So we want to share some interesting incidents from the book that you think that will entice people to buy, go and buy the book and read which the story or the incidents from your book.
Yes. So I assure the readers that they would uh, really love to read the novel, and it will keep the as if you read the response of readers on even the Amazon site, they all tell you that their interest is being held by the book until the last page. From
Mm.
the page from page one to page to the last page, the book hooks them on. They get hooked on to the story. Uh, so yeah, it's a fascinating story about how India decides to slip in its men behind the enemy lines, and how these people, acquire necessary training and life skills. And these men had their careers in front of them. They were all there. They were all young men, and they left their lucrative career. Uh, as one of the characters in the novel is a lawyer, and so the other two of them had competed in a police exam. So instead of pursuing his career as a lawyer or pursuing their career as policemen, they decided to uh, work for the cause of the country.
Mm.
And then how they the whole process to get into where they wanted to reach, which is the Lashkar Taiba, was very interesting. How they uh, located themselves to certain points where they thought they can attract the talent spotters. They knew
Mm.
that talent spotters are there at certain locations, and if they attract them, then that is how they would get inducted. So they did that, and then they went to their the organization based in Pakistan, and then how they come back to India, and while being part of their operations, how they you know help India to defeat such operations, and they were pretty big operations. How they tried to ensure that the operations get stopped uh, before it could, do damage to the country. So it's
Mm.
all very interesting, and I would say it would interest the reader.
Because I'm on Amazon page and I can read some interesting, reviews. Somebody, some animation ne kaha hai ki, awesome read, gives you goosebumps. There's a doctor who has said, very captivating and, good magazine. किसी ने कहा है NB करके हैं, लिखा है thrilling. The book is unput downable. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but it's a word, unput downable.
Yeah, I think you cannot leave the book.
Amazing. I think Abhishek, बड़ा मजा है आपसे बात करके. We got to know about the book and the heroes that heroic deeds इन्होंने जो किए हैं. Obviously about your career, as a terror journalist. And I hate to say कि हमारे ज़माने में ऐसा एक career भी है जिसमें हम terror cover करते हैं, but that is a reality. And
Right.
What is way forward? Are we expect Operation Trojan Horse Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5?
Yes. So already there is a lot of I mean we are being asked. My co-author and I, we are being asked about the sequel, if there is a sequel. So there will be a sequel, and very soon, yeah. So we are working on that because we have a sequel in mind.
When will we see Operation Tujas on a OTT platform? Netflix, Amazon.
Is also interested. They have asked us to work on that. So I think soon. Let's say, even though I should not give a time frame, but I would say within a year.
Oh, super. Amazing. So Abhishek Saran, and congratulations extremely on this book along with DP Sinha. I hope that ये number one रहे बहुत दिनों तक.
Thank you.
And anything more you want to add before we wrap?
Yeah. So I would just like to tell you and the readers that they should pick up the book. They should read the book. It's a book that's a call to the country's youth to vendors to contribute to the nation's cause, and that's it.
Super. Abhishek, thank you so much for coming on this podcast. I wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you. I enjoyed talking to you.
Same here. Likewise.
Listen to the Alok Nitin podcast at a YouTube near you.